From Omro down to Mayville, from Rosendale to the Ledge, and everywhere in between, it's time to get you caught up on everything happening in the Flyway Conference. This is the Flyway Focus Sport Report, your home for the best whip-around coverage of your favorite local teams. Now, with all the latest, here's Jordan King.
Good Friday morning to you. The Flyway softball race took another twist yesterday afternoon as Mayville knocked off Springs 2-0 in a pitcher's duel. Allie Schwartz surrendered just 2 hits and struck out 9 in 7 innings, while Gracie Conkle gave up only 4 hits in 6 innings. It was Mayville, though, which was able to scrape a pair of runs across the plate. Pearl Widak scored the first run in the 3rd inning on a Springs throwing error. The score remained 1-0 until the 6th, when Izzy McFadden got on base, was sacrificed over to second, bringing up Allie Schwartz, who lined one to right field, driving McFadden in. McFadden says the insurance run was huge.
Well, we know it's never done until the game's over, obviously. So we know one run isn't going to do the job, and obviously want to get as many as we can. So I was just trying to really make contact and put it in play.
The loss, first of the year in conference play for the Ledgers. Schwartz on her mindset against the tough Ledgers offense.
Yeah, I think we had a little bit more fire coming into this game after we just lost to Elmira. I knew I had to keep the ball on the corners and just work the count.
That makes it a 4-way tie atop the Flyway. Springs, Mayville, Elmira, and Laconia all 5-1 in conference play. Speaking of Elmira and Laconia, they both got wins. Elmira beat Omro 13-0 in 5 innings. Nora Buskey and Lillian Christian combined for a no-hitter. Buskey struck out 11 in 4 innings of work. Taylor Bloom scored 3 times, including a home run. She had 2 RBIs. Laconia knocked off North Fondy on the road 4-0. Lily Schultz struck out 13 and gave up 4 hits in the shutout win. She also added another home run to her tally, a 3-run inside the park homer in the 6th. That extended Laconia's lead. Ellison now led the way for North Fondy. She had 2 of the Orioles' 4 hits. Campbellsport beat Winnebago Lutheran 5-1. Emma Batzler stayed hot for the Cougars. She went 2 for 4 and drove in 4 of Campbellsport's 5 runs. Olivia McCarty also on a hot streak. She continued that. She had 3 more hits for Campbellsport. Peyton Hall got the win in the circle. Kiana Rank and Addie Supernan each had 3 hits in the top 2 spots in WLA's lineup. The rest of the Vikings only able to muster 2 hits. In baseball, Campbellsport's first conference loss was short-lived. The Cougars came out with a vengeance against Elmira and smoked their rival to a tune of 12-1 in a run-shortened game. Riley Coleman had a monster day at the dish. He went 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs. Brody Nolan and Braden Booty each had 2 ribbies as well. Nolan and Jace Gable each scored 3 times. Booty got the win on the bump, giving up just 1 earned run. Easton Zangle and Brody Lidke each collected 2 hits for Elmira. Laconia stayed unbeaten with a 10-0 win against North Fondy. Flynn O'Lear went 2 for 2 with a walk. He scored all 3 times he was on base. Ethan Pino and Colton Hockner each gave up a single hit and combined for the shutout win. Laconia and Campbellsport with a massive series that comes up next week. Winnebago Lutheran won its 3rd straight conference game with a 2-0 win at Omro despite being out-hit 5-3. Ty Ferris was excellent once again for the Vikings. He struck out 10 over 6 2/3 to earn the win. Owen Reibel got the final out to record the save. Omro's Brock Fry with the tough luck loss. He struck out 10 over 6 innings of work. Both WLA runs were unearned. Springs with a nice bounce-back win at Mayville to split the series with the Cards. 10-3 the final. Jackson Sabo went 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Max Sadonico struck out 7 in 5 innings and gave up just 1 run. Flyway soccer, Winnebago Lutheran beat Elmira 8-0. The Vikings had 7 different scorers in the win. Mayville beat Wayland 8-0. Ellie Woyan had 4 goals. Emily Durkowski with 3 assists. North Fondy Oakfield beat Omro 3-2. Eustisford Dodgeland knocked off Central Wisconsin Christian 2-1. And Springs beat Lourdes Valley Christian 4-0 last night at Marion. Campbellsport dropped the only non-con match 3-0 to Berlin. On to today's schedule. Springs Golf will compete once again at the Mac Fund Invitational at Lac La Belle. Last year, they got to play at Erin Hills. This year at Lac La Belle. The Ledgers have competed in the Invitational for a number of years, helping raise money for the Mac Fund to fight against childhood cancer. The first Ledgers go off at 9:40 this morning. North Fondy Golf, meanwhile, tees off at 9 o'clock. They're at Washera Country Club today. In track and field, Springs and Lamira both at St. Norbert College for a meet hosted by Notre Dame Academy. Springs also listed as competing at Kewaskum. Winnebago Lutheran and Campbellsport also at Kewaskum. In non-con baseball, Laconia takes its unbeaten record on the road to play Kohler. Lamira plays host to Fondy. Amaro welcomes in Winneconne. Campbellsport heads to Kewaskum, and Springs hosts New Holstein. Softball, Laconia is at Ripon. Springs goes to Random Lake. Amaro is at Lourdes, and Winnebago Lutheran is at Howard's Grove. Busy Friday of action, as it usually is. We'll have it all for you throughout the day today and coming up tomorrow. Talk to you then. For the Flyway Focus Sports Report, I'm Jordan King.